everyone, and welcome to the Evolve with Emily show YouTube channel. The best way to support the show on this YouTube channel is to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and or share it with a friend. I hope that you guys enjoy this episode, and whichever way you choose to support the show, I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. I hope that today's message and episode brings some bit of positive change to your life. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Evolve with Emily show. I am your host, Emily Hayden, and before we get started, very quick announcements. If you're watching the YouTube video and you're wondering where I got the cutest outfit ever that I'm wearing, it is Awfully, of course, and they're having a huge drop on September 25th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys want to pick up something cute for yourself or for a friend or significant other, my code is Emily Hayden. So again, my support code is my full name, Emily Hayden, and it's Saturday, September 25th at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So do not miss it because they have the cutest stuff coming out. You guys definitely need to grab one of these asymmetrical like keyhole bras. I think it is just the cutest thing in the world. I did size up with my bras to a size medium, and your girl can breathe a lot better. So I highly recommend ordering the correct size. And if you feel like it's a little too tight, don't be afraid to size up for the next round. So there's that. And then also, if you guys are interested in working with me within Evolve X, my coaching and mentorship program, it's a 90-day program that completely transforms your life, your mind, body, soul. If you guys are interested in that, it's the last opportunity of 2021 to work with me and the Evolve X team. I recently did a podcast called Raising Your Consciousness, and it's an amazing podcast. You'll get so much value out of it. And then at the end of it, I share a lot about Evolve X in detail. So if you didn't listen to that one if you want some more details on it. You can also go to emilyhaydenfitness.com, read all of the details there. And if you feel that you're ready, if you know that you're ready, go ahead and fill out an application. And if we feel that you're an ideal fit for this round, then we will make sure to reach out to you ASAP. I believe that's all I had to get started with today's show. I feel like there are some times when I just have to be brutally honest about where I'm at in order to keep moving forward. Meaning, you know, there are some times when things happen in my life and I have to show up and, you know, put on face and get it done kind of thing. And then there's other times when, you know, things are happening. And when I try to do that, it almost makes it worse. And it's like, if I just be honest with you guys about where I'm at, it's easier for me to get into flow and to get things to happen. So honestly, I had to restart this podcast. I tried the first time and I had to stop it and restart. And, you know, so I wanted to start the podcast by sharing with you what I do when things go really bad. So when things go really bad, when I have a really rough start to the day, or there's all these like negative outside forces that are uncontrollable to me, they're outside forces that I am not in control of, that are coming in and negative and trying to penetrate my happy, peaceful bubble, I get fucking furious. And I channel that and I allow that to fuel me. And I execute with intention, with purpose, and ferocious energy. And I end up winning the day. I know where I'm going in life, and it's not downward. So when negative things happen, I don't allow that to ruin my entire day. I don't allow that negative thing or person or conversation or, you know, surprise or thing that was unexpected. I don't allow that to ruin my day, because then you're literally giving the winning trophy to the negative forces, right? You're saying, okay, negativity, you can win and you can actually have my entire day and you can have everyone that I'm attached to. If I allowed that negative circumstances or negative thing to win in my life, I would not only be impacting my life, but I would be impacting everybody's lives that I'm attached to. I would not show up for the 2 podcasts that I have today, the multiple coaching calls, the check-in, the call with my, you know, book publisher, the other calls and meetings that I have, my assistant, my coaches. It would affect so many different people. So I quite literally don't have the option to allow this negative circumstance or this negative thing to impact me in that way. So what I've really practiced in my life, even when I was alone, even when I didn't have all these other people and things counting on me, I practiced not allowing negative circumstances or a negative situation or, you know, just this one moment to impact my whole day. You feel it, you deal with it, you work through it. And then I've learned how to channel it. I take that energy in general. So this negative thing, right? It's just energy. And what you have to realize is look at it objectively. Yeah, it sucks in the moment. Yeah, it, you know, changes your mood or it changes your energy or whatever. But then what are you going to do with it afterwards? Because the truth is we're all going to experience that at some day, at some level. So it's important to start practicing. How can I reframe this? How can I channel this energy, even if it is bad and negative right now? How can I channel that to produce a result that I'm actually looking for? I'm all about results. I really don't care. I don't get emotional or get so invested in the in-between. I'm about results. So if what I'm currently doing is producing a result that I'm not happy with in my life, it is my full responsibility to produce a different result. It's my responsibility to say, I'm going to choose to show up for myself in a different kind of way. If I allowed a negative circumstance or a negative scenario or conversation or whatever it is to then make the rest of my day negative by not showing up for these different things that I have, or by showing up as a lesser version of myself, and at the end of the day, all of a sudden I, let down a bunch of people, I didn't show up as my best, I didn't pour into anyone, I didn't live in my purpose, then all of a sudden I'm even more negative and in a worse spot than what I was before. Those are the options. So anytime that something like this is happening, you have to try to see it through to the end of the day. All we have is the present moment, and all we have is the one day that we're gifted, right? And hopefully we get to live through the rest of that day. So look at, how will my actions right now, how will they dictate my immediate future tonight? So if I allowed this thing to make me upset and mad and, not show up for all these things that I have, I would have a really negative and bad result, and a much bigger negative result at the end of the day. Whereas if I choose to squash it right here and now and move forward and take full responsibility and full control of the things that I can control, which is my response to things, then I can choose to use this energy and to put it in a positive manner and to put it in a positive way. Life is not what happens to you, it's how you respond to what happens to you. And I know it's difficult, and I know it takes a lot of practice, but the more that you practice it, the better that you will get at it. There's this quote that I shared in my story this morning, and it says, if you want to make everyone happy, don't be a leader, sell ice cream. The truth is, your happiness, your peace, and your light is going to irritate a lot of unhealed people, a lot of people that lack self-awareness. And you have to be okay with that. You have to understand that you're not going to make everybody happy, and that people are going to react out of where they're currently at. The more that you dive into personal development, you really realize that what people do and say and act, it's a reflection of them. It's actually not a reflection of you. So you learn not to take anything personally. So I just wanted to share that because I feel like sometimes when I come to you guys and I try to muscle through whatever I'm feeling without addressing it with you, that it just it doesn't feel good and it doesn't feel genuine to me. Sometimes it's important for me to actually address it. And I hope that by addressing it, that I'm not just, sitting here. I'm not meaning to sit here and vent by any means. But what I hope to do is to use my own life experience and to show you how I navigate it, so that when you come across your own life experience, so that later when someone at work pisses you off, or when someone treats you badly, or when some unexpected thing happens, you can remember and say, oh yeah, I can use this energy and let it fuel me to make me better. I get this ferocious energy towards the positive and towards gratitude anytime I'm met with extreme negativity. When there's extreme negativity around me, I don't allow it to bring me down. I get even more ferocious. Hell no, I am choosing a life of gratitude. I am choosing a life of positivity. I am choosing a life of peace. And I get ferocious in creating that. Some tools that have really helped me to kind of recenter myself and to reassign this energy, so to speak, is number one, alone time and shutting out the noise and the distractions of everyone and everything else. Meditation, even just 10 simple breaths can really change your inner state. It can change your nervous system. So when something happens and you notice that your nervous system is elevated and it's reacting, one of the number one things you should seek to do is to calm down your nervous system. Calm down your breathing, slow down your breathing, get back to being intentional, get back to that baseline where your insides are not all elevated and extreme and reactive. You first want to self-soothe and get yourself back to a place of, your baseline. So meditation is huge for that. I love guided meditation. I've shared this with you a million times. There's a YouTube channel called Great Meditation on YouTube. subscribe to that channel. You can do 5-minute meditations or 10-minute meditations. And if you have listened to me say this a million times, and if you haven't tried it yet, literally go to your app right now, search it right now, subscribe to it, do it as soon as you can, because I promise it's a really great tool that will be really helpful and useful to you. Another thing that I do is reading. Reading helps me to get out of my head and to focus on something. And I'm very intentional about what I read. So I read something that is inspirational, something that opens my perspective, something that teaches me, something that opens, my mind in a way that I haven't opened it before. And in a way that allows me to feel seen, right? I read books that I relate to and that can help me navigate whatever it is that I'm navigating. Personal development type of books, spiritual or religious types of books. Those things are always in my book library, and I kind of grab whatever I need at the moment, and I get whatever I need for that moment. Journaling is a really incredible way as well. It's a great outlet. You could just let everything out, and once you get it out of your head, it kind of clears more space in your head, and it allows for a clearer headspace and a cleaner energy. That's what I seek. I seek a clear headspace, clean energy, and positive results. So I do the things that is going to get me there. Other things might be like prayer, and maybe talking to a friend. I usually veer towards the things that are just me on my own doing the work, because I don't rely on anyone or anything else to help me with my emotions or the things that I'm feeling. I take full responsibility that it is my responsibility to create the headspace, the heart space, the heart posture, and the environment that I seek to live in and to enjoy and to love. And once you take full responsibility of that and know that no one else and nothing else can do that for you, it really empowers you to take the action you need to take in order to produce the results that you want to to produce results that you want to have in your life. So, long story to start this podcast. I hope that something in there is helpful for you. If it was, please let me know, and I can definitely share more of those moments as they come up. So I wanted to share with you guys that this last weekend I went to a retreat and I was a guest speaker. It was my friend Nick Comodina with his team NK Athletics, and it's a lifestyle and competition prep coaching team. They have a few different coaches, a ton of clients, and they went to Sedona, Arizona, and I was so honored to be a guest there. Everyone there was so warm and so welcoming. I didn't really know many people there. I knew Nick and I knew a few familiar faces there. But they were just so welcoming to me, and I was so thankful for that. And a lot of them shared that they listened to the podcast. So if you guys are listening right now, shout out to you guys. I have the biggest smile on my face right now, just even thinking about some of our interactions. And I hope you guys know that event and that weekend was really special to me, and your words really hit home to me. I'm just really taking all of them to heart, and it's part of what empowers me and, motivates me to keep going and to keep showing up for you guys. This weekend was so incredible. I just have to say, I've had Nick on the podcast before, so you guys know a little bit about him. Some of you may totally know him. I know you guys listen to a lot of our podcasts as well, both of ours. But he really is such an incredible leader in this industry. And, I know a little bit about him, but I've never seen him working with his clients. I've never had exposure to his team and how he runs things. And just what I witnessed this weekend was so special and so different than a lot of the other things that I've experienced in this industry. And I'm really proud to be his friend. I'm proud to see his personal growth. I've seen it in real life, but I've also heard about it and experienced it through others and through clients and things like that. And it's really cool because he has truly evolved as a person, a man, a leader, a coach. And a lot of the long-term clients, they're able to share that with me. They were there with him 4 years ago, and they see the version of him now that's just such a more evolved version of himself, and shows up as a better leader, a better coach, a better learner. He's always so open to learning and to growing and to being a better coach for his clients. And it's just very evident in, what I experienced this weekend. So I'm really proud of him. He has an amazing team. If you guys are looking for a coach, it's definitely a team and, coaches, I would say, because he has a few coaches that I would highly recommend. It was really incredible experiencing that. I had no idea what I was walking into. I didn't know what the receptivity of this group would be, or the willingness to quote unquote go there would be, because this was a personal development type of weekend. And it was really incredible. I watched these people that were just so there for it. They were there for the personal growth. They were there for the uncomfortable parts. They were there to face the demons and the skeletons in the closets. And they were there to do whatever it took to evolve. And this last weekend, I just quite literally saw 50 plus humans and their souls tangibly evolve. And guys, that is like electrifying to my heart and to my soul, getting to experience that and see that. It's the most beautiful thing. So I'm really honored I got to speak there and do a little bit of a few exercises with them to help, promote personal growth, self-discovery, and betterment. And I just can't say enough good things about that. So thank you guys if you guys were there and you were part of it. I wanted to mention that, I haven't done my own retreat since 2019. 2020, we didn't do it for obvious reasons. And then 2021, I was thinking maybe end of the year, but we've rescheduled to beginning of 2022. So I wanted to let you guys know that I am going to have 2 different events, though. One is going to be for my Evolve X clients only. And then another event will be for Evolve X and anyone else that wants to join. And, everything that I do right now currently is online. And I think it's really beautiful that I get to reach and help and grow people literally all over the world. I love what I do, but at the end of the day, if you guys are watching the video, if you look around right now, it's just me inside of my bedroom talking to a camera into a microphone. And that's awesome. And I'm really thankful for, what we have in social media and the podcast world, but experiencing it in person is a completely different thing. It's a completely different experience. And it's one of those experiences that I said, like, completely lights my heart on fire. And so experiencing that again made it more mandatory that I do this, and I do it now. So it just told me my SD card has only 15 minutes. So I got to wrap this up. So it just made it so much more of a priority to me that I get this going, because there is nothing more beautiful than this tangible experience of evolving in person, and the friendships that it creates, the connections that it creates. My 2019 Evolve retreat in Venice, California was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had in my life. I could have died that weekend and felt just completely fulfilled and satisfied with my life. And the friendships that happened out of that and the blossoming that I saw of these individuals, even long after that event, was the most incredible thing in the world. So all that to say, please stay on the lookout for an event that I'm going to be doing in January 2022, and then an event later. And I'll let you guys know the details as those things come out. But I wanted to mention to you guys how important it is that you are intentional about the things that you do in your life, the community that you put yourself in. This weekend was really special because I watched these individuals who are all part of the coaching program and coaching team. I think when you look around at other people, you would never guess that they've been through the things that they've been through, or that they're struggling through the mindsets and the limiting beliefs that they're struggling through. But through this weekend, some of the things that we did was share some of those really difficult and dark moments, share some of those really difficult and hard mindsets that we're breaking free from, and what we're choosing to be in our life. And by listening to every individual there share these things, I think what it did was it really humanized everybody. Everybody went from whatever preconceived notion they had in their head about other people. They very quickly took them off of that pedestal, if that's where they placed them, or, it kind of squashed all those ideas and just made everyone right back at the baseline. Everyone, guys, we all experience this human experience in our own way. But at the end of the day, as humans, as the human race, we all go through a lot of the same things. And so I think when you put yourself in environments like attending an event or a retreat, when you put yourself in an environment to face really difficult and really uncomfortable things, yeah, it's scary to be vulnerable. Yeah, it's scary to share these things. But what it does is it creates this togetherness. And I think that's something that we need now more than ever, is we need more togetherness, and we need more exposure to these things so that we can take down the veil of thinking that we're so different. We're really not. Like, everybody bleeds the same. And I think the more that we can show that to each other, and the more togetherness and community we can create, the more love that we can come from, the more we can work past these limiting beliefs and these preconceived ideas and notions in our head, the more that we can stop making assumptions and stop taking everything personally, the better that we can make the world. And I think, things like these events and retreats and personal development, I really do think that it's like impacting and changing the world. I think the world needs more healing. It needs more guidance and mentorship. It needs more love and compassion, and it needs more people willing to show up and do the hard thing and willing to support others who are doing the same. So if you seek that in your life, if you want that in your life, then I encourage you to seek that out. I encourage you to put yourself in these uncomfortable situations, to sign up for that coach, to sign up for a mentorship program, to register for an event, to go to see a speaker that you wanted to see. Like, intentionally put yourself in these situations so that you can experience the beauty that life offers you. Life is always offering you so much beauty. You just have to be willing to go out there, to look for it, and to get it. If you're stuck in this limited mindset and limiting belief and perspective that, life is always going to be hard and life is always going to be struggle and everything that you want is going to require you to be miserable and suffering and blah, blah, blah. Sure, you can live life that way, but there's a whole nother reality existing at the same time. And that whole other reality is a completely different version of you that is more happy and more peaceful and more fulfilled and more connected and more loving. So it's your choice. Which option are you going to choose? And if you're going to choose that suffering option, that's fine, but then don't complain about it. And don't bring down other people who are choosing the positive and choosing the happy and the peaceful, which when I mention those things, the happy, peaceful, positive, and fulfillment, what it requires to get there is hard, uncomfortable, scary, sometimes puts you in a really difficult mindset. It's difficult, it's uncomfortable, it's scary, it's not pretty. Evolving's not pretty, but the result that it produces is the most beautiful life that you could ever imagine. And I mean beautiful life, including the hard moments, because you learn how to navigate those moments. You learn how to navigate the hard, how to get through it in a positive way. So the choice is yours. You have to choose what you want for your life. If you want a better life, create it. Stop giving excuses why it can't happen for you. Stop giving excuses why, your past is the reason why you can't have a beautiful future. Your past is not who you are. Your past helped develop you into what you are now. Your past has created thoughts and beliefs and realities and truths that are all perspective to your life. And if you want to stay there, that's fine. But if you want to live a better life, if you want to create a better life, I'm telling you that option is available. It's literally what I do for a living. I help people do this for a living literally all the time. So I'm not there. I don't believe in something that's fake. I'm not believing or positive thinking in fake things. It is a reality at the same time that you have your reality. The reality that you experience is the reality that you choose to believe in, match your energy to, and the actions that you take. So the choice is yours. I encourage you to identify what it is that you want in your life and to match your beliefs, your energy, and your actions towards that thing. So if I want a good life, my simple action for today might be something as simple as not consuming negativity on social media. It might be as simple as setting some boundaries around social media and picking up a personal development book. Those actions are very easy. Anyone can do them, but you have to figure out what those actions are. And if you don't know, find somebody to show you the way. One of my favorite personal development books is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Another one, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. If you guys haven't read those are just very great beginner books. And I say beginner, but I picked up You Are a Badass the other day just to reiterate things to myself, and it was incredible, and I got new things out of it. So don't think that just because you've read a book, just because you've worked with a coach or you've done a certain program, that you can't get something incredible out of it again. You can. The more that you develop, the more that you grow, the more that you'll see, the better truth and understanding and perspective that you'll have. So I encourage you that if you had something that was really impactful in your life, maybe it's time for you to revisit it. Maybe it's time for you to go through it again, or to listen to it again, read it again, or to work with that coach again. But find whatever action it is that you need to take today. So that is your challenge. Everybody's challenge for today is to assess where you're at and identify what action do I need to take. It could be action as simple as boundaries on your phone, picking up a book, or as big as making an investment in yourself with a therapist or with a fitness coach if you need to work on that, or whatever it is for you. Identify what it is for you and take that action. And then I want you guys to share with me on your Instagram story, what is the action that you're taking today? And the second that you share it, I want you to go and I want you to execute on it. thank you guys so much for listening to today's podcast. I really appreciate all of your love and support. I also appreciate that you guys enjoy my realness, because I quite literally just can't do it any other way. It's not in me. So thanks that you're here for it. I appreciate it. Rate and review the show if you haven't done that already. That really helps me out. Share it with a friend if you feel it was impactful. And I can't wait to see your Instagram stories of how you're taking action in your life today. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.